Greetings, internetizens. This is Elmerthien playing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. In the last episode, Olivia Al Dente was discovered to be a thief. And Luke and the Professor got isekai'd into Labyrinthia. And I believe Darklaw was there. Now there's gonna be a public appearance by someone called the Teller and a very popular inquisitor named Zach Barnham. The gate disappeared. There seems to be nothing outside but the spooky woods, probably swarming with witches and monsters. And monstrous fairy witches. There's probably cows in this town. This is it! He's about to appear! This is the moment I've been waiting for ever since I began queuing this morning. I can hear their footsteps. He'll be here any moment now. And that means Inquisitor Barnum will be with him. Oh, I just can't wait to see Zakeweke up close. Come on, we're waiting. Once it's over, I have to get back and finish my deliveries. Come on. We people have gathered in the streets, we all wait, waiting to see him, to learn of our fate. Dear me, look at them all clamoring for a peek. It's as if this has never happened before. It would be more fitting and proper to wait with calmness and solemnity, to show our respect. I always have trouble mingling with the common masses. Now, out of the way! Let the lady and her goat see! Attention, you rabble! Keep that line straight there!
It looks like it's beginning at last, Professor.
Yes, you appear to be right, my boy. The level of excitement is remarkable.
Hey, you! You with the tall hat! I can't see a thing!
I beg your pardon, madam. What might be the occasion?
What are you saying? I've never heard such nonsense. And to think that he is about to appear!
He is about to appear!
Sorry, but when you say he, who exactly do you mean?
A cute guy named Zach.
Serious? Why, it's him, of course! The town's creator!
Ooh,
Storyteller himself!
a whole lot of medium awareness here.
The storyteller.
Then again, Espera did know that there's a book that controls the town. Well, at least it's... Back then it seemed like it might have been a book of prophecy.
Huh? The creator of Labyrinthia?
Sorry about the echo, I don't know how to get rid of it. I don't hear it right here, but I know it's in the final videos.
Wow, Professor, this is amazing.
Where did all these cherry blossoms come from? Where are the apple blossom petals? Oh, spooky man.
Must be this town's creator.
Again with the owls.
Thank you, storyteller. Thank you for granting me this lovely baby girl. Look at my mother. She was in a bed, but now she's as fit as a fiddle.
I don't think your name is Zack Barnham.
Behold your new story.
Darklaw, who are you? Probably a witch.
Wow, that was amazing, wasn't it, Professor?
Indeed, but something would appear to be amiss.
Eek, this story is too horrible. Without a doubt, this is terrible. This doesn't look good. Today I'll finish up my deliveries and go home early. Is there gonna be a monster attack? Up until a moment, everyone was so excited. But now that the parade has passed, the mood here seems totally different. They all seem to be afraid of something. Yes, it's very strange. Ah, Professor, there's one of those sheets of paper over there. That must be one of the sheets that the knights were throwing to the crowd. The problem seems to be related to what is written on those sheets of paper. Hang on, I'll pick one of them up. This doesn't look like a typical letter or anything like that. More like a page from a book. It's hard to imagine what could be so terrible. Let's start by giving it a read through. Okay, Professor. The fearsome witch moved deeper into the moonlit wood, casting a deathly shadow as she passed between the trees. And when the two young companions stepped into the darkness of the wood, they were drawn into her magic fire, and their lives were consumed in its flames. What could that mean? A witch again? And what about it? Where it says their lives were consumed in the flames? Look, let us cast our minds back to what Espella said in London. I seem to recall her mentioning that those witches had followed her from Labyrinthia. So that would mean that the witches we saw in London really were from this town. The witch in this story, do you think she's the one from before? It's still too early to say, but at any rate, this seemingly prophetic story is rather disturbing.
I only came here to see Inquisitor Barnum, and this story is what I get. Oh my, what the work this is? Oh no, the things have been so peaceful, now the witches to strike once again. What a fearful world we live in. What a horrible story. I can't stay here any longer. I'm heading straight back to the market stall where I can be with my lovely little goats.
Well, it seems that what's written here is indeed the reason for all this unrest. It's definitely a little ominous, but it's only a story, isn't it?
Well, precisely because it's the story is that we're so also afraid. Don't you even know that much?
Without fail, whenever a witch appears, somebody dies. Even if what you say is true, there's no reason to be afraid. After all, it's just a story. It's hardly going to become a reality.
What are you saying?
Yes, what do you mean by that? Eh?
You're not implying that you don't believe in the story, are you?
No! You'll get your comeuppance for this. Hey, you two! What's all the fuss about? Us? Nothing. We're not making a fuss. What is it? Is something the matter? Captain? It's these two, sir. They're creating a bit of a disturbance. Well, it's you two. Was in trouble again, are you?
Captain!
These two here are claiming that the story won't become a reality. How can they say such a thing? What's that? It simply can't be. You claim that you don't believe what the storyteller writes? Could it be that you two... No, it couldn't be. A moment ago they were claiming to have seen a witch. Honestly, that's what they were saying. Look, there are two of them. They could be the two in the story. The pair that gets killed by the witch. Well, they could be. Even if they're not, they must have something to do with the witch.
But Professor...
This atmosphere is somewhat unsettling. It appears my original instincts regarding you two were indeed well founded. You're clearly suspicious. Men, surround them!
Uh-oh!
Easy, Luke.
Professor,
This isn't good.
perhaps we should make a run for it.
Agreed. But running off blindly in any old direction is unlikely to prove successful. We're too unfamiliar with the streets of this town. I wouldn't think of running if I were you. Just give up peacefully.
Professor! Mr. Layton, look! Both of you, over here!
That voice. Hang on, isn't it? Well, I think those were girl bleeps. The voice came from that back street over there. Come on, Luke, let's run.
Okay, Professor.
Oh, wait, stop, come back here. After them, men, they're getting away. Yes, sir, Captain. As I thought, it really was you, Espela. But why? Why are you...
Shh! I'll explain later. Please, just wait here quietly.
Right. Where are they? Which way did they go? Captain, we seem to have lost them. What? They must still be somewhere. Find them. It appears we've managed to elude them. But what now? We can't stay here. They're bound to find us sooner or later. Let's move elsewhere. If we keep to the back streets, we should be able to reach the square without being seen. Follow me. Okay, we are in your hands. Come on, this way, and keep quiet. More places. That was rather too close for comfort. It seems you rescued us this time. It was nothing. I'm just glad you were both able to get away safely. But what are you both doing here in Labyrinthia? We'd like to ask you the same question. What about you, Espella? What happened after we were separated in London? I remember you jumping aboard that cargo vessel. Did you have any trouble getting away? Well, I sort of got arrested. Easy now, Luke. We mustn't bombard Espella with questions like that. I'm sorry, Espella. No, I'm the one who should apologize. I'm afraid it's just not very clear. You have no reason to apologize, Espella. But when you say it's not very clear, what do you mean precisely? Well, to be honest, I seem to be unable to clearly recall what happened. She's got memory issues. Is that so? After we put you aboard that ship, we should have followed after you. But at any rate, I'm relieved to see that you're all right now. Yes, I am, thanks to you both. It's good that we could meet again like this. I'm so happy to see you here. Too right. We're both very happy too, aren't we, Professor? We certainly are, Luke. Let me guess. You both came here to solve the puzzles of Labyrinthia, didn't you? Well, yes, something like that. Right, Professor? Actually, the truth of the matter is we don't really know why we're here. It seems as if, well, it's almost as if we've been sucked right into that book's story. Sucked into the story? If it's okay with you, Espella, I'd like to ask you some questions about Labyrinthia. We can't really settle down here for a chat, can we? Those knights might find us again. We'll need somewhere to lie low for a while. Ah, I know. If it's alright with you two. Yes? For now, Mrs. Eclair, the local bird maker, is kindly putting me up in her shop. Isn't that on the other side of town? If you don't mind, you're welcome to come to my room. I'm afraid it's only an attic room, so it's a little small. Really? I mean, are you sure that's okay? If they were to find us there, wouldn't that mean trouble for everyone at the shop? Not at all. You shouldn't even think like that. After all, it was you two who rescued me in London, wasn't it? So, if there's anything I can do, you must let me help in whichever way I can. Espella, thank you. Allow us to graciously accept your kind offer. Okay. Let's make our way there while keeping an eye out for these knights. The bakery is on the eastern side of town. Yeah, there's witches and knights. And a water fountain. But why is that building lit up? We can't go into the door, I think. So let's go somewhere else for now. Oh, it's these two. Yeah, some kind of bell tower. No hidden puzzles, but there might be a puzzle on those people. Yeah, there is.
It's enough already. Do you ever stop crying?
Why are you crying?
The witch is coming.
Ah, so you both read the story too, right?
I'm worried of the witch. Save me, sis. You wimp. You're a boy, aren't you? It should be the other way around. You should be the one saving me. You're the one who wants to be a knight. Don't be the witch. I'm toast.
If the witches are fairy type, they should be weak to steel.
Will you stop crying? What about me? How do you think I feel? I'll never be a knight.
Don't worry, you just have to be brave. You can still be a knight. And you can look after your sister too. Here, it's just like in this puzzle. Magic Knight? Use the clouds and build a bridge across to get to the princess in the castle, not to get the princess to the castle. Touch a cloud to move it up or down? Oh, it's one of these thingies.
See what you think of this. As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
Now, the knight and the princess can go on adventures together.
Wow, that's amazing! He really made it to the princess. At last, the crying stops.
You must remember to be brave, even when you feel afraid. Sometimes even I feel scared if I'm alone. I believe that if you're with someone you care about, you can overcome any fear.
Got it, thanks. From now on, I'll take care of Petal. I really don't mind one way or the other. But I do wish you'd stop your crying.
Any more info?
Even if the witch comes, I'll protect my sis. Even though I'm stronger, really.
I should investigate more of the town. Hello, sir. Did you gentlemen see the parade? We certainly did. The turnout was most impressive. It seemed almost everyone in the town was present. Well, it's always a good turnout, but more to the point. What do you make of the story? The very idea of a witch appearing makes me shudder. I'm thinking of closing up shop and heading home early today. So do you believe it will be safer to stay at home tonight? That's exactly what I believe, but that's not all. Just look at the weaponsmith over there. His weapons are selling like hotcakes. Why are weapons selling so well? Well, lad, I should have thought that would be obvious. It's because the knights are buying them. They're replenishing their stock of weapons on account of the witch. As I'm a merchant, I'm rather envious. He'll surely make a fine profit this day. Meanwhile, I'm but a pawnbroker getting almost no custom at all. That's too bad. You gentlemen should also consider going home before it gets dark. We thank you for the warning. More background peeps. Hey, Professor, the minstrel is singing a song again. I believe you're right, Luke. Let's go and listen while taking care not to disturb him. The crowd, they thronged in the afternoon sun. The story was told and the creator was done. Oh, what a tale, the story so fearful. Oh, what confusion, no one was cheerful. Oh, this Bardley bard named Bardley must tell you without fail, as it is his duty to relate to you this tale. In the darkness of night, when the sun has gone down, the shadow of the witch shall appear, and the unfortunate couple walking in the darkness shall come unerringly to the witch, and bathe in the witch's fire. Their lives will be consumed by her flames. Oh, the story you hear today is terrible, I have to say. This is not good at all. And to think I was so looking forward to the storyteller's parade. You've seen the story too, I presume? Of course I have. But luckily there's only one of me, so I won't become a victim. I still don't see why the storyteller can't just write happy stories, though. I imagine you feel the same, don't you? Yes, I suppose so. Oh, Espella! Well, the shadows are growing longer. It's time I was off home. Eh? But it's only just after lunchtime. My home is far from here, so I'll be seeing you. Doesn't want to embarrass himself in front of her. What's got into him? Why do you keep highlighting buildings? Can't you just highlight the tile we're on? Wait, let's go here. Have we seen who's here? Oh, there's knights. Those two characters are slipperier than I thought. It seems they have left this area, sir. Shall we head back, Captain? The men should return to the guard post. What? This This is a disgrace. Letting those two slip away from under our very noses like that. Let's take another look. Yes, sir. Let's not go here, I suppose. Sounds like we shouldn't be hanging around this area for too long. Indeed. Let's head for the east shopping area before they find us.
I agree. If we lay low for a while at my place, perhaps the knights will give up and go home too.
Oh, so we are allowed to be here? Wait, let me check again this area. Yeah, I haven't got all the coins here. No, but I could check this. We met a Spella again. And we've got some stuff in our inventory. What? All we did was disturb some birds. Did you two see the latest story? When you say latest, am I to assume that those parades are held on a regular basis?
You mean you don't know that? People these days, no one knows a thing. Never mind, I'm a forgiving sort. I suppose I should fill the gaps in your knowledge.
That's not very polite.
Ahem. The storyteller appears in a parade before the common people whenever he writes a new story. It would be no overstatement to say that I spend every waking day looking forward to the stories that he provides.
So you look forward to the stories in which witches burn people?
What are you saying? That only happens to be the story this time. Usually the storyteller writes the most wonderful stories. That's why I thought he would give us a wonderful chapter too. Instead I found myself caught up in the crowd. My glasses were broken and I was bitten by a dog.
Don't feel down. Every cloud has a silver lining, as they say.
Don't feel down? Don't feel down, you say? Do I look like I'm feeling down? Bah! No way am I feeling down. If my unhappiness is recorded in storyteller's pages, so be it. Oh, sorrow! A part of me is such sweet sorrow.
It seems that not all stories are born equal.
Why do I feel that a person's character might have something to do with it? It's you too. You were causing quite a bit of a commotion earlier. We weren't causing a commotion. A storyteller's story is always right, and I cannot abide anyone saying otherwise.
Then you believe that a witch will appear and commit some foul crimes?
Of course I do. The storyteller decides everything that happens in this town. Whether people meet with good fortune or ill,
All that comes to pass is already decided by the storyteller. Whoever the victims are, they're probably up to no good on a regular basis. I spend every day as an upstanding citizen, so even if a witch does appear, I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about, right? It's no use pretending. I'm afraid of the witch. It's over for me. Maybe you ought to go home as soon as you can. It's in this window. Ah, we're here. This is the bakery. I can smell the bread baking. There are some excellent bakers working here. Come on, I'll introduce you. Let's check out the outside first. Oh yeah, that's the enter door arrow. So, did you both read the story? Yes, we did. It said a witch will appear and 2 young people will be burned, right? It's a terrible story. There will be a feeling of dread hanging over the town tonight. Aren't you afraid? You seem so relaxed. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't afraid. But what's written is written, and there's nothing we can do about it. The story can't be changed once it's been written, so no use moaning about it now. Don't you feel there's even a possibility that the story may not come true? It sounds a bit deluded to me. You know, you should be careful. The story was of 2 young people, and I'm thinking that matches you two perfectly. Aren't you afraid? Afraid? Us? Nah. And anyway, we're a group of 3 at the moment. Hello, Peter. Have you come by to buy bread today? I think there's some freshly baked bread about to come out of the oven. Ah, yes, maybe I'll do that. Thanks, Espella. Let's get into the bakery. It's weird how the mouse disappears. Ah, Professor, it does smell of freshly baked bread. Indeed, look. It's certainly whetting my appetite. I bet the staff here are really talented.
Welcome!
What?
Our bakery uses only the finest ingredients. Upper crust goods for not much dough. Talented and highly enthusiastic, it seems.
He's kneading the dough pretty hard, isn't he?
I would rather liken the motion to pounding myself.
Oh, Mr. Wright, these gentlemen aren't customers. They're my friends.
And the table you're rolling or pounding the dough on is not a desk.
Oh, really?
Hey, Espella. Welcome home.
What?
Hello, Maya. Where's Aunt Patty?
The boss? She's gone to the market. She should be back at any time now. Sorry about Nick here. He didn't realize you weren't customers.
Not at all. There's nothing wrong with such sincere dedication to one's job.
Mr. Wright, Maya, meet my friends, Mr. Layton and Luke.
A pleasure. My name is Herschel Layton.
Duke Triton. Nice to meet you.
I'm Maya Fey. And this is Nick, my assistant baker.
Phoenix Wright, pleased to meet you. How come I'm the assistant?
Mr. Phoenix Wright and Miss Maya Fey. Somehow not quite the kind of names I'd expect to hear around here. Have you both been working here long? Yep, must be going on 5 years now. Isn't that right, Espero? Ah, yes. I suppose it must be. Say, you know what? Seeing as you're both friends of Espero, I think we can give you guys a little something. On the house, of course. Wow, really? Sure, why not? I actually just took some freshly baked walnut bread out of the oven, so... Curd, so that's what that great smell is. I bet it's delicious. If you think the scent is good, you should try tasting it. You too, Mr. Layton. It's so good it will knock your head off. I'd be delighted to. That's most kind of you. Well, that's that then. Go ahead and help yourselves. Our bakery uses only the finest walnuts. You'll go nuts for our walnut bread. How many times do I gotta tell you, Nick? You're supposed to say, here's your order. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I sure forgot a lot. I don't know why, but I just get the urge to point and shout like that sometimes. Bad, Nick, bad. You can't keep shouting at the customers like that. The boss will be all over you like butter on toast. That baker is quite a character, isn't he, Professor? Yes, indeed. There's something curious about both of them. They both seem somehow out of place in this world. Most intriguing. They're abductees like you. My room is upstairs. We can get there from behind the counter. Feel free to take something to eat. No! What's wrong? She seems to be upset about something. I wonder what will happen. Let's ask her if there's anything we can do to help. Right you are, Professor. But is there any other stuff here? Any puzzles in the bread? Oh. Oh, in the baguettes there's a coin. Sorry if I came across as rude earlier. Please pay it no thought. It's just that sometimes I get carried away when I'm pounding the dough like that. Well, it was kinda surprising to hear a big thump like that even if you were just kneading the dough. And when you said take that, my heart nearly stopped. When I bake great bread, I guess I just feel the need to present it to the customer like that. Oh, you've got a puzzle for us. What's the matter, Miss Fay? It's these loaves of bread. And after I'd arranged them all so nicely too, It's all Nick's fault. His pounding messed up everything. Me? But I was only kneading the dough. What am I going to do? I have to fix this before the boss gets back. It's most unfortunate. Perhaps we can lend you a helping hand. Really? Thanks a lot. You'll be doing me the biggest favor in the world. Maya, you could try to show a little restraint sometimes, you know. Not at all. Helping those in need is the duty of any true gentleman. Not only that, but if we all chip in and help, we'll soon have it sorted out. Totally! We should all help each other out in times of need, right? The neatly placed loaves of bread on display at the front of the bakery were thrown in this array. Rotating some bread. An extra loaf managed to find its way among the bunch. Is one of them different or something? No, it's not Roman numerals. Oh, I'm supposed to match that picture. Nope. Oranges and what, blackcurrants? Or are those little grapes? Just kinda referencing Pokemon Orange and Violet. No, wait, Scarlet and Violet. So this, I see both sides. Now we've got some stuff remaining.
orange one. And this side has to be this one. Now some more stuff. Yeah. Hey, it's that one.
This is my answer. As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
Perfect. That's exactly how they were before. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks. You've really saved my bacon. It's no more than any young English gentleman would do. You said English? What's that? And where have I heard it before? Hey, Maya, the boss is back. Hello, everyone. Just as I was wondering what the commotion was all about, I see you're back, Espella. Welcome home, Aunt Patty. Were Maya and Phoenix doing a proper job of minding the shop while I was gone? Oh, of course we did. Naturally, you know you can count on us. They may be calling her boss, but she seems like such a warm and friendly person. She certainly does look, and she has a heartwarming smile too. Oh, such flattery. You're just trying to make me blush. By the way, Espella, are these two gentlemen customers of ours? These two are friends of mine. They kindly helped me out once in the past. I was so happy to see them again that I invited them here. Pleased to meet you, madam. My name's Professor Layton. And I'm Luke Triton, the professor's apprentice. Is that so? It seems Espella is indebted to you both, so it's certainly a pleasure to meet you both. As a thank you from me for helping Espella, please feel free to stay as long as you like. We just happen to have an empty room that you're welcome to use if you wish. Thank you for your kind offer, madam. Ah, yes. I imagine you must both be feeling hungry. Well, actually, I'm more than a little peckish. Oh, you don't say. Well, in that case, let me offer you something special. My very own creation. Aha, wonderful. And that face baked on the surface, a masterpiece. Yes, I'm proud of it. I use a secret technique to make it extra fluffy. Only the best for our special guests. This is great. Still, we don't really have a whole lot else to offer. Only bread. Only bread? I meant... hey, Espella. Shouldn't you show our guests to their room? Let's just forget the bread.
Forget the bread. I mean... Mr. Layton, look, let's go upstairs now. Huh? What's going on? Just trust me, come on. Only bread? Forget the bread. What kind of attitude is that? You two really expect to become bakers with your half-baked attitude? I'll throw you out. It was too fast for me. I didn't expect that. I'm sorry, she's usually so kind and gentle. But when it comes to bread... I suppose it shows how dedicated she is to her craft. I guess it must be fun to live in such a lively place, though. Yes, it is. It's thanks to them that I enjoy living here as much as I do. Mrs. Eclair is always so cheerful and kind to me. Maya and Mr. Wright are so energetic, Maya especially. It's certainly an interesting group, particularly those two. But, Nespella, what about your family? It's a bit complicated. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry.
Kitty.
Ah, Eve. What's the matter, Eve? Are you hungry? Sorry, it's my cat. It must be supper time. Ah, I see. Please go ahead. Don't mind us.
Kitty. And a plush kitty.
So, Espella has a pet cat. Its name is Eva, huh? A finely groomed black cat, I must say. I'm sure Espella takes excellent care of it. Some books. Is this a room used for cookbook storage? It's such a cute cat, so well behaved and clever too. Thank you, Eve is a real friend. Oh, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Mr. Layton, you wanted to ask me something, didn't you? What was it that you wanted to know? Well, there are a few things. Perhaps I'd better ask them one at a time. It may take a little while, so if you can spare the time. Yes, of course. Anything I can do to help. Thank you, Espella. Well then, first off... Do I have to choose questions? Oh, yeah. Do you remember this letter, Espella? A letter? Yes, Carmine gave you this letter and instructed you to bring it to me. You followed his advice and brought it to me in my office. That letter, could I take a closer look at it? Yes, of course. Do you remember anything? I don't remember the letter, but this writing does look somewhat familiar. I do have a feeling that there was someone there next to me. Oh. Espella, are you alright? I think I remember Carmine. Really? You're right, I do know him. I definitely know Carmine. Carmine was here in this town. In fact, he was in this very shop. in this shop, Espela. But according to the townsfolk, they've never even heard of him.
Yes, that's right. What they say contradicts what I remember. That's why I'm finding it so difficult to trust my own memories.
Please, don't let that deter you. We'd be grateful to hear what you know. Could you tell us again what happened between the time that we were separated in London and you returning to Labyrinthia? You said you can't clearly recall what happened to you, is that right?
No, I can't. When I came to, I was back here in Labyrinthia. I can remember everything up until I boarded that cargo ship. But after that I just can't seem to remember how I got back here. It seems the townsfolk didn't even notice that I'd been away. I almost thought the whole thing must have just been a dream. Until the two of you appeared here in Labyrinthia. It seems I wasn't dreaming after all.
Yes, indeed. It all really did happen. You came to my office, and then the witch came for you.
So, does that mean that the witch brought Espela back to Labyrinthia? Well, I suppose so, but why was I in London in the first place? Eh? Why did I meet you two gentlemen? And why was the witch after me? I just can't seem to remember why.
Espela, you and Carmine were running away from the witches, weren't you?
Carmine?
Do you mean to say that you don't remember being in London with Carmine? Carmine took you with him and tried to escape from this town.
Carmine took me with him and tried to escape? Sorry, I do have a vague memory of Carmine, but why was I in London? I just can't seem to remember.
Please, do let us know what you can recall.
According to my memory, Carmine was working here in this bakery.
Eh? But there are already two workers in the shop, right? Mr. Wright and Maya.
Those two have also been working here, making bread for some time now. Or at least, I'm quite sure that must be the case. Mrs. Eclair and anyone else around here would soon tell you so. That's why I put no faith in my memory.
This difference in perception is certainly intriguing. And the fact that Carmine worked here has me somewhat curious.
Do you think all the townsfolk could just be pretending not to know? I mean, maybe Carmine really was here, and they're acting like they don't remember. After all, he did mention in that letter that he wrote that he escaped from Labyrinthia. How about we go and ask a few people around the town?
No, look, I don't think that's a good idea. As you are no doubt well aware by now, a single word out of place can be enough to bring in the knights against us.
Not only that, but I really cannot believe that Mrs. Eclair would pretend not to know him. She's always so straight with people. She's never two-faced.
I see. Perhaps, look, we should be thankful that she took care of him.
Yes, you're right, of course, Professor.
By the way, in that letter, Carmine claimed that this town held a mysterious secret. He implied that he wanted me to solve Labyrinthia's mystery. The witches are wiping people's memories. Do you have any idea what that mystery could be?
Labyrinthia's mystery? I'm sorry, but I've never even suspected that this town holds any secrets.
Then why might it have been that Carmine was investigated? What might it have been that he was investigating?
What was Carmina investigating? Ah, I think I might know what it could be. One time Carmina asked me this. Why is it that whatever is written by the storyteller in the Historia Labyrinthia always becomes fact? If that puzzle can be solved, then we will unravel the mysteries of Labyrinthia, he said. So Carmina didn't believe that what's written must always come true either. Well, I'm not sure, but what? It's only natural that what's written in that book must come true. And it's hard for me to believe that both of you and Carmina could doubt this. Well, speaking for myself, I can't just believe it so easily. Nevertheless, to the people of Labyrinthia it appears to be a matter of common sense, which is why those knights treated us with such suspicion. That's true, but are you saying that in your London there's no story? Well, there are certainly none that come true, as the Historia Labyrinthia does. In the world as we know it, such a notion is inconceivable. As I suspected, Carmina is from the same London as you two. So I suppose it makes perfect sense that you should all think in that way. Incidentally, what action did Carmina take after he came to suspect the story? Well, Carmina often visited the Great Archive. The Great Archive? Yes, that's where all the volumes of the story are kept. You mean to say all previous volumes too? Yes, every volume of the story so far. All of them. I see. In other words, he wanted to confirm the authenticity of the story. But Professor, surely he wouldn't be in trouble with the witches just for looking at some books? As I recall, in the letter he sent to me, he wrote, I realized the town held a mysterious secret and decided to get to the bottom of it. But before I could, they found me. I believe that was it. Which probably means it wasn't just some ordinary books that he was investigating. It's quite likely that the books had something to do with the witches. So you mean Carmina came close to unraveling Labyrinthia's mystery? And therefore became the witch's target? Is that what you're suggesting? I believe that would be highly probable. But why did the witches... Espella? Have there been any other stories involving witches before this? Ah, yes, there have been many stories about them. All of these stories are also being kept in the Great Archive. Stories about the witches are no doubt a source of considerable fear for the townsfolk. So why is it deemed necessary to keep such stories in the Great Archive? Because history should be preserved? They are an important source of information for the Inquisition. Their prime objective is to capture witches and protect the people of the town. So you're saying that in order to fight the witches, it is essential to read about them and learn their ways? Yes, that's right. Stories involving the witches are under the authority of the Order of Knights. And the Order of Knights was established to protect the town of Labyrinthia. The storyteller, the Order of Knights, and the Inquisition, they are the ones who would govern this town. The entire fate of Labyrinthia is decided by the Creator, otherwise known as the Storyteller. Is she an Inquisitor? That personage is the weaver of all life in Labyrinthia, including the current horrifying story involving the actions of a witch. It then falls to the Order of Knights to protect the townsfolk from such events.
The knights not only protect the people, but also act as the storyteller's guard. And finally, the Inquisition is responsible for trying the witches in the witches' court. That is the manner in which this town is managed and order is maintained. Undoubtedly, it was the order of knights keeping peace during the parade we saw. That's right, the storyteller holds those parades from time to time. He gives the townsfolk the story that will determine their fate from that time onwards. The story this time involved a witch, which explains why the knights were on such high alert. I wonder what spells will be used this time. If only we could check in that book. Just a moment, Espela. What was it that you just said? Do you mean to say that there is a book about magic? Yes, there is. In the Great Archive. It describes all the spells that provide the witches with their wicked power. It is a special book, used by the Knights of the Inquisition to aid them in their investigations. That's it. It must have been what Carmine was so interested in. He was investigating the witch's power. Of course, it's possible that he came upon a secret that he shouldn't have known. And that's why the witches attacked him. Indeed, look, that may well be the reason. The story is so respected by the people, and the witches whom they fear. There could be a certain secret connecting these two in some way. Yeah, the witches are part of the story. Thank you, Espela. It seems we now know where to begin with our investigation. So you'll be visiting the Great Archive? Yes, indeed. The book about magic that resides there may well provide a valuable clue towards unraveling the mystery of Labyrinthium. We'd better get going with our investigation straight away, right, Professor? Absolutely, Luke. We must solve this puzzle for Calvina's sake as well as for our own. Mr. Layton? Please take me along with you. I'm not sure that's wise. It might put you in more than a little trouble. It is likely that Carmina's investigations are what led to him being pursued by witches. And if that's the case, the path we tread may well be fraught with danger. Even so, I really would like to help you. Talking with you both like this, I too have come to believe that there must be a secret to this town. I want to help you find the truth. Well, Espela, I suppose that settles it. From here on in, let's all do our very best to solve the mystery together. Yes, together. I'm the professor's apprentice, so if there's anything you need to know, just ask. Thank you, Luke. I'll be sure to do that. Well then, without any further ado, let's follow in Carmina's footsteps and visit the Great Archive. I'm quite certain that's where the clues are waiting to be found. Yes, let's go! Not you, Eve. I'm afraid you'll have to stay here until I get back.
She's cute.
Oh, my pendant! I almost forgot it. That's a lovely pendant, Espela. It's very old. I can't even remember how old I was when I started wearing it. Alright, sorry to have kept you. Shall we leave for the Great Archive now? Oh, Espela, are you off out somewhere? Yes, I'm taking Mr. Layton and Luke to see the Great Archive. Is that so? Well, you might want to hurry. It looks like it might rain at any time. Ah yes, that reminds me. Could you get me something while you're out? Just on your way back would be fine. Yes, of course. What can I get for you? Some goat's milk from Mary. I forgot to get some when I was at the market. Okay, I'll drop round to Mary's farm on the way back. Would you? There's a milk bucket ready around the back. Lots of dialogue. That's because of the crossover. Milk, you say? Naturally, our bakery uses only the finest goat's milk for our milk loaf. It's so fluffy and white, it's delicious. Core, sounds great. Let's be certain to try some later, look. I'm totally up for that. Sorry if I came across as rude earlier. Please pay it no thought. It's just that sometimes I get repeat dialogue. So, you're both friends of Hesperas? I'm glad to see she has friends like you. Oh. So you two are good at problem solving, are you? Well, actually more like puzzle solving than problem solving, really. Is that so? Well, perhaps you could help me then. Someone came to me for help and it's a little difficult for me to solve. The customer wishes to have their fabric designed filled with color. Use the magical stamp to fulfill the customer's request. Stamping a previously colored area will make the colored area disappear. Yeah, I have to drag it around.
This is my answer.
Well, it would be more difficult to do on a larger scale.
Respect from a gentleman in training.
Well, I never. You've really solved it, haven't you? If you have a puzzle to be solved, you can always rely on us. What a gentleman. I'll have to bake you something extra special later to show my appreciation. I'm already looking forward to it. Well, let's check a bit. Yeah, there's these weird people. And we should investigate the archive. It looks like the knights have given up searching for us. Thank goodness. Yes, it seems you're right, Luke. And there's a weird building in the back. From the look of things, we should be safe to explore a little more before making our way to the Great Archive. Any new dialogue? Just the birds again. So, this isn't the town square apparently. But this is. This is just a giant roundabout or something. Here we are in this is the Great Archive. Wow! It looked impressive even from a distance, but now we're up here so close. It's huge. Just looking up at it makes my neck ache. It must have taken considerable time and manpower to erect a building of this size. Yes, it did. This building has become something of a symbol for the town. Hey, look at the roof over there. Oh, it looks like it suffered considerable fire damage at some point. Was there a major fire or something? Ah, that was... I've been listening for a while and must say you two really are strange. Oh, it's you. That roof has been like that for some time. It's certainly nothing new. Why haven't they fixed it? Really? If it's alright with you, could you tell us a little about it? You two never cease to amaze me with your incredible lack of knowledge. Well, I guess it couldn't hurt to tell you. The damage is from the legendary fire. The legendary fire? Yes, long ago there was a huge fire that engulfed almost this entire town. The damage there occurred at that time. You can see other traces of the fire around the town too, here and there. The entire town was engulfed in a huge fire. All of the townsfolk know about it. We're probably the only ones that don't. Thank you for filling us in. That certainly cleared up a few things. No problem. It so happens that I had nothing better to do. It wasn't such a bad way to kill time. Anyways, I'll see you around. To think that even a building of this size could be affected by fire. The fire that spread through the town really must have been legendary. You're certainly right about that, Luke. Size doesn't matter that much, it's the material that matters. A spell is something the matter. Oh, no, nothing at all. Shall we make our way inside? This guy doesn't have anything for me. Oh, not good. What shall I do? What's the matter? Is there something troubling you, madam?
Oh yes, something certainly is. Troubling me, I mean. Today's scary story is just so frightening. I may be afraid, but I have to do it. I have to finish my delivery. See this? A whole satchel full of letters. A letter fest. And I have to deliver them all. Oh my, that really is a lot of letters. If you'd like, I could help by delivering a few of them for you. Oh, Spella. No, it's alright. After all, it's my job. And anyway, you look busy right now yourself. Well, a little. But we should always help each other out in times of need. I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I've got it covered. Right, Tanov. I can do this. I can deliver them all. The letters, I mean. Nothing can stop the Labyrinthia courier.
Really nervous.
Ah, she's gone. She really was in a hurry, wasn't she? But is she really alright? She seemed a bit flustered. I think she's just very, very busy. Come on, let's head to the Great Archive.
You have a puzzle for us?
I just don't want to do. It's completely unacceptable.
What's unacceptable?
There's no one in the world more splendid than Inquisitor Barnum. And yet every time it's that woman who gets to stand alongside the storyteller. It's so unfair.
You mean the woman who was distributing the story to the crowd, is that right? To be honest, I found her a little scary.
I'm sure it's all some Gwen of hers. I just fear so for my poor seconds. Oh, if only I could get closer, I could offer my support.
It would certainly be difficult to get close with that bustling crowd all around. Perhaps even dangerous.
I'd fly.
Huh?
I could float down beside him from one of the fluffy clouds in the sky.
What? Are you a witch? But like not a killer witch. Oh, a maze. Oh. A multi-floor maze. I prefer the ladybug drag and drop. Well, not really drop. The ladybug drag mechanic to the arrows. Oh! I can use the arrow keys. That's why it's like this. Nope. Now the holes in the trampolines don't connect. I'm in a spiral. And I can go further down. Ooh, this is a lot of space. And there's a G for go. Oh, hello, Professor.
See what you think of this. As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
Professor, I don't think she's coming back. We can only hope that she manages to reach the man she's after. Is he on top of the tower? Anyway, I'll be ending it off here, so see you next time.